Okay, fight fans, fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. First up, as usual, congratulations are due. Congratulations, Anthony Joshua. For that fact, congratulations, Povetkin. And hell, Eddie Hearn. Beautiful event, beautiful show. Great stream on DAZN. I really want to thank the Fight Fiend that let me use his account. Honestly, I really like it. Not too crazy about the announced team. The undercard kind of sucked. But the fight overall was a great fight. Povetkin is one tough customer. The big takeaway from that fight, people, is if you were a Joshua fan, you got really nervous in this fight. There was some times where he shouldn't have let little T-Rex arm Povetkin hit him. And he did. And he wobbled him. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to capitalize on that. And from like the second or third round on, Joshua kind of figured out that he needed to throw the jab to the body. And by the sixth round, it was all over. Tremendous knockout by Joshua. Them saying that Wilder needs to sign the paperwork now, A, is an insult to the once and future king, Tyson Fury. And B, it implies that whether or not Wilder were to actually beat Tyson Fury, that his value as a fighter would not go up. I get it. Eddie Hearn's out to make money for his fighters and whatnot, but man, can you at least, try and cover up your slime? As far as what's going down in the Fight City and on thefightcity.com, great articles and posts on the daily for you guys to check out. Guys, I got a bunch of pictures, videos, and other stuff all on my social media platforms, all on my YouTube and Facebook. Make sure to check it out. As far as news is concerned, there isn't much going on in the fight world. Conor McGregor had a press conference with Khabib and Dana White, and it was to announce their fight. But to be honest, it was a glorified commercial for Conor McGregor's new whiskey company. A couple takeaways I want to point out that I don't feel anybody else is talking about with this unionized fighting championship company. Any other company in the world, any other fight promotion in the world would have their promoter cheersing one fighter and drinking one fighter's liquid and hanging out on clearly one side of the fucking podium is very stupid. Dana White has no business drinking on stage, being part of any of the shenanigans, laughing it up, or doing any of that. He's not part of the fucking show. His job's to maintain order, and he was definitely not doing that. Increasingly, I got issues with Dana White leading this company. I think his time has come, folks. There is no denying what he was able to do for the company, but, all things come to an end. That being said, I also do not like the whole route Conor McGregor is taking. Talk about the other guy's manager, fine. Talk shit, fine. Glorify what you did throwing the fucking dolly at a bus. Not really intelligent. Using religious slurs and commentating about your religion versus his religion. And then making political statements about people's presidents and stuff. Hey, listen. I know Conor McGregor made a lot of money, but he didn't make enough. And what I mean by that is, even poor old me with 30 fucking views on this YouTube channel is smart enough to know you don't go poking around in people's religions or politics. Especially billionaire oligarchs who are capable of shutting you down in a moment's thought. If Conor McGregor started coughing, if I were you guys, I'd stay the fuck away from him. Marked for death, in my opinion. You know what? You can only shake too many trees before an apple hits on your head. And Conor McGregor, listen, man, I've been a fan. I like some of the stuff he's done. There's no denying some of the stuff that he's done. It's a beautiful story in certain lights, depending how you look at it. But he's crossing the fucking line now. He's involving the UFC into Russia, US, and Chechen things. He's mentioning fucking dudes that are doing time for stealing $150 billion from the Russian government. I mean, these are not, how much money are you making in this fucking fight? What kind of fucking game are you fucking playing? You are going to get yourself killed. Watch. Mark my words. Paparazzi are going to be chasing his limousine into a tunnel, and then, no more Conor. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. I really don't wish it on him, so nobody flagged this video, but god damn it, man. Don't go poking a bear. You can't wrestle. Okay, so as far as what we can watch this weekend, there's all kinds of fights going down. There's a plethora of fights to talk about. Stuff going down in China, Japan, England, and all across the States. However, I'm going to simplify it as best as I can. Friday morning, we got some boxing in China. Then, again, still in the morning because of the time difference, in Queensland, Australia, we've got some fights going down. A heavyweight showdown between Julius Long and Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown returning to the ring. That's going to be an interesting afternoon or morning Friday. Also, just a quick mention, going down in Ghana, of all places, Ashley Theophane is going to be fighting Frank Dudsey. I don't know what's going on with that, but he's fighting in Africa. Next up, from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, we've got a beautiful fight. Now, guys, you're going to have to hit me up on social media because I'm not entirely sure of the play times. Like I said, it's Saudi Arabia. From what I read, it was 7 a.m., but I don't know if they're going to broadcast it at that time or if it's 7 a.m. their time or 7 a.m. our time. Anyway, not the point. Hit me up. I will get at you. Co-main on that card now announced, Chris Eubanks versus JJ McDonough. Also main event, George Groves versus Caleb Smith. The WBA and the WBC straps are on the line. It's a massive night of fights. Listen, I've said it before. You can see my other videos on the World Boxing Super Series. They do some fantastic stuff. Expect beautiful production. It's going to be a great fight. Then, Friday night in Oakland, California on USA and ESPN+. We've got a couple fights to talk about. Bob Arum, Top Rank. They're going to bring you a few fights. However, Jose Ustecagai versus Esquivel Maderna. It's a solid super middleweight fight. Main event, Filipino sensation Jerwin Arkansas. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I'm sorry, but versus Alejandro Barrio. That is also a fantastic super flyweight fight. One last thing, Friday night, we've got some fights from the Pachanga Casino and Resort in California. Devin Haney Promotions. That's right, you heard me right. Devin Haney Promotions on Showtime is going to be having a fantastic night of fights. Main event, the young man himself, Devin Haney versus Juan Carlos Burgos. The IBF North American lightweight strap is on the line. That is going to be a fun fight. It's a perfect thing to do Friday night. Saturday, a little closer to home, going down in Cornwall, Ontario. Yours truly wishes he was there, but it's going to be a great night of fights. The returning Zirijan is going to be stepping in the ring versus Abraham Gomez. I am wishing him nothing but good, positive vibes. Also, main event, the WBA, NABA middleweight strap is on the line, and the WBO, NABO middleweight strap, Albert Onulus versus Patrice Vicious Volny, 23-1 versus 11-0. A lot of people are saying this might be a little too soon for Mr. Volny. However, I am a big fan, and folks, I am predicting a massive KO victory for the young man. So tune into that in Cornwall. Tickets are cheap if you're in the area. Hell, if you're in Montreal, it's a drive away. If you're better off than I am and you can afford the gas, then make it happen. Trust me, it's a great night of fights. Going down, I'm not entirely sure what time because it's in Brazil, but however, keep an eye out. Rose Valente is going to be stepping in the ring. Quick thing, Saturday night, Glory 59 is going to be live on ESPN, UFC Fight Pass, and the Fight Network. It's a solid night of fights from Glory. Always great nights. Rico Verhoeven, one of my favorites, is main eventing. honestly, can't say enough about these guys. Bellator MMA also going down live and free on the Paramount Network, formerly Spike. We've got some serious fights on this. A little throwback, kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Vanderlei Silva versus Quinton Rampage Jackson. This is pride all over again. Hopefully both guys are not over the hill and we can get a competitive fight. Main event will be a competitive fight. Quite possibly the greatest fight at this weight division possible. Gegard Mousasi versus Rory McDonald. Rory's going to be trying to get a second strap. Moving up to light heavy, 185 pounds. This is some serious shit. Canadian boy Rory McDonald needs your support. Tune into that. Make sure you have it playing or DVR it because the young man is going to add another strap to his collection. Also going down Saturday at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. Golden Boy Boxing, not to be outdone. We'll have Romero Duno versus Esquivel Aviles. Also, main event, Jorge Linares returns versus Abner Cotto. Back in the saddle for Linares. I am looking forward to this. This is a good night of fights. Last but not least, as weird as it's going to sound, Sunday night. I'm actually looking forward to this. Some of the best boxing always happens on a weird night. But TGB Promotions and USA Fox Sports 1 brings you PBC Boxing. We've got a bunch of fighters on this. I'm not entirely sure how many fights on the undercard we're going to get to see. However, heavyweight Joe Joyce is going to be in action. Also, featherweight Brandon Figueroa. Oscar Escandon, I really don't like you. Carlos Balderas versus Jose Salinas. And main event, Victor Ortiz versus John Molina Jr. Say what you want, but this is not a bad Sunday night of fights. That's it for me this week. Make sure to check out my Patreon page. Hit up the Fight Cities. Talk to me on social media. Like, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. I'll see you guys next week.